The Southern California Bowl, RCC hosting Golden West, a battle of 2 and number 3 in the SCFA. I am Mike Cepeda. I will be joined shortly by Jeff Stoyanoff. He is coming over from the game earlier today we had on SoCal College Sports. Mount Sac, emphatic win over Ventura, and we are underway. Riverside will receive first. And on display here, Kenny Torrance on the return. Torrance on the season, the lead wide receiver for Riverside, 40 receptions, 812 yards, 8 touchdowns. That leads the Tigers. And the Golden West Rustlers will do what they can to contain the sophomore wide receiver. And enter in Skylar Howard. Howard's number for the freshman quarterback, staggering on the season, 29 touchdowns through the air, only 5 picks. He has been fantastic. We see a fantastic cut in the hole by Sir Darius Yarborough. Yarborough, part of the 3-headed monster that we've seen so far for Riverside. We'll bring you the numbers in a moment. But Yarborough on the season, 4 touchdowns, 809 yards. He's averaging just a shade under 8 yards a carry. And again, Sir Darius Yarborough on the carry, this time for first down. The Tigers move the chains. Both teams come in 9-1 on the season. Both teams share the dubious honor of having gone down to the number 1 team in Southern California, Fullerton College. The only blemishes on either record last week, it was Riverside over Mount Sac, the essential play-in game for the SCFA playoffs. The ball's on the deck. Riverside might have given it up. There isn't a ruling yet. And it looks like Riverside does maintain possession here. So disaster averted early here for the Tigers. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Anthony Knight, now the running back, and Knight on the season. Also a sophomore, 90 rushes, 562 yards, 5 touchdowns. He has lost 3 fumbles on the season. Howard finds a hot man out of the backfield. That's Knight. Knight with a big gain here on 2nd and 8. That looks like it's good enough for first. He is near midfield, and he's at the 48. We had an opportunity earlier in the week to talk with head coach for Golden West College and the Rustlers, Nick Mitchell. And he understands the feat that his team will try to accomplish tonight. Knows exactly how powerful and how potent offensively. Here's Knight again out of the backfield. Gonna lower his shoulder, pick up 6. The kind of firepower that you have in the wide receiving core and at running back for RCC seems staggering. And he mentioned to us the big thing that they have is depth, and one thing that Golden West does lack, despite their 9-1 record, is depth along the front line, offensively and defensively. In fact, versus Fullerton, they led that game 17-0 early in the 3rd quarter before Fullerton started to wear them down. Miscommunication here between Howard and Knight. And Howard looking for the edge on the right side. Not much doing there. We'll pick up maybe a yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. And an opportunity here for the Rustlers to get off the field here. Bit of no man's land here. Doubtful if they don't pick up the first down that they'll chance it. But we'll see. Yarborough split out to Howard's right. He comes out of the backfield. Howard steps up through the pocket. He dives for the first down marker. It looks like the spot's going to come up just a tad short. It'll be close. Howard, a dual threat quarterback, does have 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. It looks like we're going to have an official timeout here to measure. No, they're going to spot it short. They need the 47. They have him at the 48. It'll be 4th and 1. They will set up in their power package, power eye set. Knight, the deep back. It goes to Knight. Knight over the left tackle. He'll easily pick up the first. So the third first down on this drive for the Tigers, and they are moving the ball efficiently here to start off the ball game. 4 wide, shotgun formation again. Howard back to pass, doesn't have anybody, and he'll just basically have to eat the football. In fact, he'll lose a yard. Delroy Steele getting to Howard first, defensive lineman, sophomore, 6'3", 245. He's a big boy, and he can move. In fact, he's one of the names that Coach Nick Mitchell mentioned in our conversation earlier in the week. Now it's Knight split out to the left side of Howard. Howard back to pass, has a man over the middle. And dropping the pass, Kendall Moore had it right in his mitts, and he might have heard some footsteps. And that no doubt had a factor in him not coming up with that reception. Going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 exactly here. 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. SoCalCollegeSports.com's live coverage of SCFA football, playoff coverage, Southern California Bowl. Howard back to pass, rolls to his right, under duress, has a man. There's a flag on the field, likely in the area of a hold. Pass is incomplete regardless. It looks like RCC will have to bring on the punting unit. And early indications are this will be a hold. Penalty is declined. And on the punt will be Anthony Johnson. This broadcast tonight being brought to you by listyourhouseforless.com. Johnston punts it away, a high punt. No return opportunity for Marcus Hayes, sophomore running back out of Western High School in Anaheim, California. And Golden West will have their first crack at it. And it's a dueling banjos tonight. Chris D'Entremont, a freshman quarterbacks, and Skylar Howard. D'Entremont on the season, completing at a 62% rate, 2,015 yards through the air, 22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Very similar numbers to what we see for Skylar Howard. So D'Entremont bounces that one off the turf to start things off here. 2nd and 10 coming up. D'Entremont also 6 touchdowns on the season. None. D'Entremont going to keep it. So we have an early score indication tonight. 55-17. Wow, over Canyons. An emphatic win. And for Golden West on the carry, it's Robert Cruz, sophomore out of Magnolia High School.
Ball on their own 32-yard line. Hey, Coach, are we getting a lot of double threes with that? It looks like they're heavy on the guards.
Going to bring up 3rd and 8 now for D'Entremont and the Rustlers. D'Entremont rolls to his right, has a man, caught! Near side, Kyrell Brown. Brown, the lead receiver for this Rustler squad, comes up with a huge catch, and what a pass by Chris D'Entremont. Wow, on the run, under duress, and he puts it where Riverside had no chance to get the football. And that is just a playmaker making a play right there. Split backs now. Shotgun. D'Entremont looking for the shovel pass. It was deflected momentarily. Everybody thought it was on the deck, but it was ruled incomplete. So that play well diagnosed by the Tigers. 7:37 remaining here in the first.
We have a 2nd and 10 for the Rustlers.
No score. Riverside and Golden West. Golden West has its 2nd and 10 at midfield. And D'Entremont still working in the hurry-up. Seen a lot of shotgun formations early on. And now it's D'Entremont audibling at the line. He sees the blitz coming, gets rid of it quickly, has a man on the outside. Dylan Hall, 5'10 freshman from St. John Bosco on the reception. That's going to set up a very manageable 3rd and 2. And despite being early and knowing the firepower that Riverside possesses offensively, this is likely 4-down territory for Golden West. Look for D'Entremont to use his feet maybe. Keeps it, has one on the outside, man wide open. The man he just went to, Dylan Hall on the reception. Well ahead of the 1st down marker, all the way down to the 26. So a 14-yard pickup, 16-yard pickup rather, from the 42 to the 26. And Golden West in business early versus Riverside. And D'Entremont winning the early battle here, freshman quarterbacks. It looks like Riverside thinking about bringing the blitz. This is going to be a false start on Golden West. And these penalties here against a team that likes to bring the pressure defensively up the middle are drive killers here. Although we have a couple of outstanding kickers on both sides of the football.
Will be 1st and 15 for the Rustlers.
If you're thinking about the field goal, the long on the season for Golden West, Peter Marquez has connected on a 52-yard field goal attempt this season. So they are well within Marquez's range. Man in motion. That's Kyrell Brown. D'Entremont back to pass, looking for the end zone. A lot of contact there. No call, incidental. He's not looking for Nick Little. Nick Little, the 2nd leading receiver on this squad, leads the team in touchdown receptions with 9 on the season. Also in yardage as well. He's averaging a staggering 20 yards a catch. So Nick Little is the home run guy. Brown in motion out of the slot. D'Entremont not looking his way, comes back to Brown. Brown breaks the tackle, moves forward. He's past the original line of scrimmage up to the 24. We'll call it the 24.5-yard line. Pick up about 7. Going to bring up a 3rd and a long 8. We'll call it 3rd and 9. We'll round up. 5:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Still no score, but Golden West driving. Can they keep the drive alive here? How? D'Entremont. Varying the snap count, going to keep it himself, keep it up the middle. And that's what we talk about with Riverside and their defensive ability to close holes quickly. D'Entremont thought he saw a bit of daylight up the middle. He keeps it, tucks it, and runs, but picks up 1 yard on the play. And here comes Peter Marquez. And as we stated earlier, Marquez connected on a 52-yard field goal attempt earlier in the season. Right now, here's a 41-yarder. Marquez, that's up, that's no good. Wide right, wide left rather, depending on your vantage point. We'll take a short break in the action. SoCalCollegeSports.com's live coverage of SCFA playoff football. So the Tigers take over.
Ball taken there by number 29, that's third, Darius Yarborough.
So Darius Yarborough on the carry here. He'll pick up about 7, 2nd and 3 now.
Two runs, tackle, and they got a 2nd and 3 for the Tigers.
Pistol formation, Howard. Hands off inside. This is Yarborough again. Has a seam and nearly broke it for 6. Either way, it's a new set of downs for the Tigers. So Darius Yarborough, the sophomore running back. The Yarborough family, part of tonight's benefactors for this broadcast. This game proudly brought to you by Robert Howard, Deidre Kelly and family, and the Yarborough family. And Sir Darius doing a good job. Howard over the middle and has his man completed. Kenny Torrance, wow, into double coverage. And you talk about the stones to throw that one in there. Torrance making his QB look good, and now it's Riverside knocking on the door. Knight up the middle, has a bit of a hole, is going to pick up 5.
Ball headed off with number 28, and then Benedict Knight carrying the ball. He's been there by number 13. Julius Henson, 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
Second and 6 coming up here for RCC. They have it at the 21-yard line of Golden West. No score here, first quarter, 3:15 and counting here. Knight again on the carry. He's going to be absolutely stuffed at the 19. We'll pick up 2.
Carrying the ball, looks like he might pick up a couple yards on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Tigers.
Third and 5 now. Howard looking to the sideline, trying to get a play call here, and Riverside going to take a timeout. We will do the same. 3rd and 5 with 2:32 remaining here in the first quarter. You're watching SoCalCollegeSports.com. Third and 4. Riverside trying to keep this drive alive here. And picking up the first down near side. It's a first down either way for the Tigers. Tyler Shreve, the backup quarterback, on the reception. Picks up the first down all the way down to the 13-yard line for Golden West. Howard under center, Knight the deep back. They roll out Howard. Howard a lot of time looking for Knight, wide open, bobbles in, touchdown Tigers. A little misdirection there from Howard, and Knight and RCC strikes blood first. The kick is up and good. 7-0 Tigers on top of Golden West. Near the end of the first quarter, 1:56 remaining. The Southern California Bowl you are watching on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So Yarborough, Anthony Knight, apologies again, we're trying to get a number mix up here. And beautiful kick return coverage there. Kyrell Brown having nowhere to go. And he is decked at the 13-yard line, so terrific special teams coverage for Riverside. Either way, we'll have somebody who scored a touchdown at the half for you. It was either Anthony Knight or Sir Darius Yarborough. I thought it was Knight, but I'm being told that it was Yarborough on the reception. Looked like Robert Cruz on the carry. Maybe half a yard on that play. They're still calling it 2nd and 10, and so will we. Under a minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. The Rustlers find themselves deep in their own territory. Pass comes outside, completed. This is Luke Pastel. Pastel on the reception, out to the 21-yard line. Checked at the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7. D'Entremont in the shotgun. He has 4 wide. D'Entremont back to pass. Looking to his left, keeps it there. Brown on the reception. And you talk about a rifle of a shot there from D'Entremont to Kyrell Brown for the first down. The sure-handed receiver for the Rustlers, Kyrell Brown. Couple of big catches here early for his freshman quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of the Rustlers. Golden West with it. Getting the handoff inside. This is Ryan Hundley, freshman running back out of Bellflower.
for the Rustlers. Ball's on their 32-yard line.
It looks like there's an issue with the play clock, or did somebody just call a timeout? No, it'll be the end of the first quarter. Well, we have that diagnosed. And right now the Tigers with a 7-0 lead over Golden West in the Southern California Bowl. Winner of this game goes to the SCFA Championship. We'll be right back in a moment after the words from our sponsor. This game's proudly brought to you by Robert Howard, Deidre Kelly and family, and the Yarbrough family.
You can also get the Southern California Football Association bowl t-shirts.
And also by www.listyourhouseforless.com.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, at the start of the second quarter.
Start of the second quarter now here from Wheelock Stadium, Riverside, California. D'Entremont, a delayed blitz from RCC. He evades it. He's going to go deep and has a man. Oh, he had it right in his mitts. Nick Little misses out on 6. He could have tied it up. D'Entremont evades the blitz. A terrific individual effort from the freshman quarterback, and he put it right in the breadbasket of Nick Little, and it falls right through. So, touchdown aspirations are quelled for the moment for Golden West. It's 3rd and long now for the Rustlers. And Riverside got away with one there. And right now, we're going to have Golden West call a timeout. 14:52 remaining, beginning of the second quarter. 3rd and 9 when we come back for the Rustlers on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Third and 9, big third down here. Start of the second quarter, D'Entremont in the shotgun. Back to pass, here comes the rush. D'Entremont gonna keep it, pump fakes his man, he's gonna run for the first, and wow, what a heady play by the freshman. He pump fakes the linebacker right out of his boots, puts him up in the air, and he does the rest with his legs. Well, we talked about the legs for Chris D'Entremont, and I'm joined now by Jeff Stoynoff. And Jeff, on the season, D'Entremont has 6 rushing touchdowns. And we see the wheels right there. So a new set of downs here for the Rustlers. Inside handoff. Looking like he's going to go nowhere. And finally picking up a yard, Ryan Hundley.
Mike, that's what you often see when you try to go laterally against a speedy defense. It's not a recipe for success.
2nd and 9 coming up now for the Rustlers. Well, Jeff, you just missed it before you came up. Nick Little had one right in his breadbasket, put right on the money after D'Entremont had escaped the rush. Riverside gets away with one there, but on the ensuing play after the timeout, D'Entremont picks up the first down with his legs. They set up the screen near side. James Farrar with a lot of room into Riverside territory down at the 37.
Well, that's a great play call. We talked about not moving laterally against the speedy defense, but you can also use the speed of a defense against them. That time, D'Entremont does a good job letting the rush come to him. They set up the screen and plenty of running room.
And Jeff, in our conversation earlier this week with Coach Nick Mitchell, the freshman quarterback, Chris D'Entremont, wasn't even supposed to play this season. And we'll get into that story in just a little bit. Cruz the deep back, now they send him in motion. D'Entremont looking for a man far side, he has him. Second reception of the night for Luke Pastel. Near first down yardage, he'll be just a little bit short. It'll be a very manageable 2nd and 3.
That's a great job of sitting down in zone coverage. Bryce Smith moves over to make the stop. But a nice, solid, safe play call.
And right now, D'Entremont very sharp in his reads. He is reading the defense very well. He's picking out and he's audibling at the line. Pistol formation now for Golden West. They send out Cruz. D'Entremont looking for the end zone. He has Little can't come away with it.
Well, the coverage was very good on the far side. And perhaps an early victory for Golden West here in the second quarter. The Tigers didn't dial up the blitz.
Yeah.
So perhaps they are learning some respect for D'Entremont.
3rd and 3 now coming up for Golden West. They trail it 7-0 to the number 2 team in the SCFA, the Riverside Tigers. Split back formation. They send Cruz in motion. D'Entremont under duress. He's going to have to eat the football. The football's out.
Bryce Smith.
Riverside recovers.
Bryce Smith, the first to get there, along with Liam Colbert. That's exactly what you wanted to stay away from. A good solid drive for the Rustlers, but it ends with a turnover and now a short field for the Tigers to go to work.
Golden West had a golden opportunity to put some points on the board. Instead, they give up the football. 7-0 Tigers, and they're looking to add a little bit more. And Jeff, how many times have we talked about after a big turnover like that, maybe you take a shot here? And let's see what Coach Tom Kraft and the Riverside Tigers dial up.
Well, they have Torrance and Stallone out split to the near side, so Torrance certainly a deep threat.
Yarbrough, the running back, he stopped at the line.
Yarbrough right there taking a little time coming to the line. Gonna have to be a little bit quicker than that against a very solid Rustler defense.
Rustler defense, though, very solid throughout the season, but they have faded late in games. We saw that versus Fullerton.
Speaking of which, how about Fullerton today?
Oh, what an impressive win over a very balanced College of the Canyon squad. Howard, near side, pass is caught, trying to be wrestled away, and this is Kendall Moore. Moore on the reception, going to pick up 5. That's going to bring up, or pick up 7 rather. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, there's a down and distance play call right there, trying to manage the situation, stay out of a 3rd and very long, so you go to high percentage pass, try and knock out some of the 2nd and long, create a more manageable 3rd down.
We're going to spread them out here. And let's see if they bring some pressure. No. Howard going to be brought down short of first down yardage. Now the question here is, Jeff, he's pretty close, about 2 yards away, maybe a yard and a half. If you're Riverside, do you go for it? Well, I don't see Howard coming off the field.
I don't see how ordinarily you could even consider it. But when you have a team that's averaged over 200 yards a game on the ground, it's going to leave you with a lot of confidence.
And Howard does have a few punts on the season, so he is out there right now, but
Yeah,
it's 4th and 1, a long one albeit.
Saw him pooch punt one last week, but not likely from here.
Power formation. They're going to stuff him. They stop him on 4th down. Anthony Knight gets absolutely racked behind the line of scrimmage. So the Rustlers take over. What a huge defensive response by Golden West.
Well, they tried to go up the middle again. Yarborough lost a couple of yards on 1st down. They're not having a lot of success right now, line versus line, and that time the defensive line of Golden West won again.
And Jeff, let's talk about the running back scenario for Riverside. Denzel Foster, Sir Darius Yarborough, and Anthony Knight. Very good on the season. You see the numbers there as a team, 2,804 rushing yards, 22 touchdowns, 6.1 yards per carry. So it tells you the gravity of that situation, how big that stop was. Here's D'Entremont on the option read. Takes it up ahead. Looks like he might have a 1st down at the 39.
Man, what a great play fake. D'Entremont with room up the middle. Yeah, I see the 3-headed monster there, the 2,800 yards, and it kind of helps you think 8-headed monster maybe. Don't forget about the 5 guys up front. When you see that kind of production across the board, you know there are some nice holes there for those running backs to run through.
And it just goes to show you how well versed against the run Golden West is defensively.
There's a chance here for Golden West to take a major momentum switch if they can punch this one in.
Shotgun formation, another option read here for D'Entremont's going to keep it himself, pick up 2. We'll call it 2.5.
One of the things I find interesting against a very fast and athletic defense is sometimes a quarterback can have more success because you save the time of a handoff.
Yep.
See D'Entremont there, and he's just able to get to a hole faster.
And he does have some legs. Call it 2nd and 7 now here. A long 7. Under 10 minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter. D'Entremont back to pass, has a man. It's a quick drop. Nick Little on the reception. Looks like he has a 1st. They'll mark him at the 29.
Jonah Moy trying to dig that one out, and a good job by Little holding on.
So Little with the reception there.
It's kind of good.
And the 1st.
It's a good, heady, modern football that you see there with Moy trying to rip it out. I don't remember that when I was a kid watching.
Well, hey, but you know
that now they
you are a Chicago Bear fan. Lovie Smith likes to get that ball out.
Now they teach the guys right away, dig that ball out.
D'Entremont again in the shotgun. That's primarily what we've seen from Golden West so far. Looking for Kyrell Brown. No, they're going to go to Little. Little pass out of his reach from D'Entremont.
Derek Taylor over there on the coverage.
Fantastic coverage there by Riverside. Taylor, a sophomore.
Well, we talk about the momentum possibilities here for Golden West, and they certainly exist, but don't expect the Tigers to be rattled. They were down 17-3 to a very good Mount Sac team last week. Late in the 1st quarter, ended up taking a small lead into the half and were able to pull it out.
2nd and 10. D'Entremont keeps it himself, faked it to Cruz. On the run to his right, throws it with his left hand in the vicinity of Nick Little. Won't be intentional grounding. Did you see him switch it up?
I think he threw it further with his left hand than I could with my right. Right there. It's pretty impressive. Once we find out he's ambidextrous, I am very impressed with how far he threw that ball.
Either way, even if he is ambidextrous, that's pretty good. He's a switch hitting freshman. Still, despite the impressive feat, it's 3rd and long now, 3rd and 10 to be exact for Golden West. Here comes the pressure. D'Entremont steps up, has a man. That's Kyrell Brown, and Brown catches it, falls forward inside the 15-yard line for the 1st. That is the 3rd huge catch of the night for Kyrell Brown.
Another nice job on 3rd down.
Well, Jeff, in our conversation with Coach Nick Mitchell earlier in the week, he said one of the things that they want to do is they want to go after this secondary. They're athletic, they can make plays, but at the same time, they like their size matchups on the outside, especially with Nick Little, 6'4", wide receiver for Golden West, and we've seen them take a couple shots already.
He's out there matched up with Derek Taylor.
Wishbone formation on the inside. This is Ferraro. Ferraro had a big gain earlier on a screen. Going to pick up 2 right here. This game being brought to you by www.listyourhouseforless.com. Wishbone formation again here coming up for Golden West. D'Entremont changing the play. Has it. He's going to keep it. He's going to go outside, near side, touchdown!
That's a great adjustment by D'Entremont. He sees the one-on-one coverage, makes the adjustment at the line, and then delivers a strike to the near corner.
Marcus Sanchez, 6'1", sophomore out of Canyon High School. And Jeff, we talked about the size matchup on the outside. D'Entremont throws it up for grabs. And the 6'1" receiver versus the 5'10" cornerback. It's usually going to get you the win most of the time.
Especially when you make a good high throw.
That
over
helps.
the far shoulder toward the sideline.
That's always going to help.
And we have a Rustler player down. We'll step aside very briefly here as they take a look at the injured Rustler. You're watching the SCFA playoffs on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Whistles before the point after. Still haven't wound the clock. 7:58 remaining in the first half. After a 4th down stop near midfield, the Rustlers take advantage of the short field, take it in for the touchdown, and now 1 point away from tying this one up. Peter Marquez, and the point after is up and good. The Rustlers tie it up. The SCFA semifinals here from Riverside City College. Riverside and Golden West tied at 7. You're watching the SCFA playoffs on SoCalCollegeSports.com.